What's up? Welcome back to Gals on the Go podcast. It's Danielle.
And Brooke. Welcome back, guys.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the greatest show. The Gals on the Go show.
And boy, do we have a good show for you guys today.
Yes, we're going to talk all about feeling lonely.
I know. I feel like we're getting into our feels today.
We're going to get into our feels, so grab your cozy blanket and your tea.
Yes.
And your sad music and the rain, because it's certainly been raining a lot here in New York.
It has been. It feels like... it feels more like spring right now than winter with the rain versus snow, but I'm fine.
I'm really fine with that.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I could use a weather break because it really is like, I'm at, you know, it's cute in the beginning when you're like, okay, cozy day, like, and then you're like, okay, this is like kind of sad, you know?
I think it's time we go shock our systems in some heat.
I think so too.
Should we go to Georgia and Florida?
I think we should.
We definitely should. I'm like announcing. No, everyone already knows.
Smoothest transition.
Thank you.
Danielle.
You really set it up for me, I have to say.
Of course. With the weather. Well, the gals are finally getting a break. And we are going to Georgia and Florida for our live shows, if you guys didn't know.
And if you didn't know, now you're going to know, because you guys need to come. Atlanta is sadly sold out, which just means we simply need to go back ASAP, because you guys sold that show out so fast. Honestly, thank you guys so much. We know we have lots of Georgia followers and all the things, but we still have tickets available in Tampa and Orlando.
We do. So if you are a Florida gal, it's I keep saying 2/15, February 15th.
I know, 2/15, like a college counselor.
February 15th, we will be in Orlando at the Orlando Improv.
Woo woo. And then February 16th, we'll be in Tampa at the Tampa Improv.
Love that for us. There are some, as we're recording this, meet and greet tickets still available too.
Yes. So run. We want to hug you. We want to say hey and take a picky.
Please. So if you get the meet and greet, you get to like stay after, meet us. If you don't, you just get to see the show. It's a really fun show. I've gotten some questions. Can boyfriends come? Because it's like Galentine's theme. Yes. Anybody can come. Bring your friends that don't listen, you know, your parents, whoever you want to bring.
No, literally. Like, our families are going to be at the Florida shows.
Yeah.
So get hyped for that. Some of our friends will be at the Georgia shows too. Don't worry, you guys. But
featured characters.
Yeah, featured characters. They're all going to be selling merch. So like, you'll be able to meet the fam because they'll be selling the merch, which we have really fun special edition merch that you guys are literally going to die over. So that's really fun. The shows are seriously such a good time. It is not just Brooke and I sitting on a couch talking. Well, we are on a couch and we are talking, but it's planned.
It's there's a whole bunch of like elements and stuff. Like it's a show. So I think that you guys are gonna have a lot of fun.
Yes, there's so much interaction. We come into the audience multiple times and like we chat with you guys and fun music. Like actually the Florida shows, there's a fun surprise.
Yes. Oh, can't wait.
You guys literally gonna die. It's a really good time. We have some influencer friends coming.
We do. Cindy Adams is coming to the Tampa show.
Yes, so we love her.
I know. I mean, you guys loved her episode, so come and meet her.
A Tampa celeb. So we're really thankful that she's coming to support, and I think she's bringing Jay. So
another celeb.
I know, he's kind of a celeb too. So we're really, really excited about that, and they're just going to be so much fun. We can't say enough things. And I believe there's bars at all these places.
Yeah.
Yes, there definitely are.
Yeah, they're like comedy clubs. Yeah, they are 21 plus. That's not us. That's like the venue's rule.
Yes, it's 21 plus because there is a bar. So if you are 21 and you want to drink, like definitely have fun with us. Like that's just a whole other animal. So we're going to just have so much fun. Our outfits are amazing. They're so bright, so fun. And you guys should dress in your Gals on the Go. Excuse me, I just got so excited. Colors as well.
Yes, gals night out if you feel so like dressing like that. You know, it's a fun excuse to get dressed up. A night at like the theater, if you will.
Yes, you can get dinner before dinner and a show. They're both at 8 p.m. So you get like a 6 o'clock dinner right after work and then head on over. We are not doing any Florida shows anytime soon. So if you want to come and see us in Florida, these are the shows, Orlando and Tampa, to do so. So yeah,
so
go get your tickets.
Get your tickets. We always have it down below, but it's also if you go to our website, galsonthegopodcast.com, and click live shows, they are all linked there.
It should be so easy. And if you have any problems, DM us, but you shouldn't. And yeah, the meet and greet tickets are still available, a few of them. So go snatch them up.
Yeah. I mean, I would want to meet us.
I think I would too. We're a good time.
Yeah, I think
we
so.
provide some value, hopefully.
I think so too. So anyways, what's up? How are you?
I am so good. I had such a fulfilling weekend. Like,
really?
I don't know how to explain it, but I just like felt good. I think a big part of it is that my best friend Delaney just moved to New York. So it's just so nice having her here. And it's not like she's been in New York so many times. So it's not like she wants to go do these crazy things. We're just like hanging out. Like she came over last night with my other friend and we just like had takeout and chatted, and I just missed that so much.
So fun.
Like she's one of those just like down to chill friends. So it was really nice. Went out Friday night, didn't go out Saturday night. just a good old time. How was your weekend?
Yeah, that feels that is so exciting to have another friend here. I mean, anytime like a friend obviously moves to the city, it's exciting, but to have a friend that's like that's like your ride or die.
Yeah, like I lived with her for 2
Yeah.
years. So it's like, you know each other back to front. You don't feel like we have to go to dinner. We're going to start doing this thing where we make dinner at each other's apartments every week, which
that's so
for
cute.
this week because I'm going out of town. But like, you know, I'm so excited.
That's very wholesome.
I feel like it's starting to make New York feel just a little bit more complete because, as I'll express in this episode, though, I've been feeling a little empty in like that department. Now, I have such amazing friends, obviously, but I was just missing. There was something missing, and that was it. Delaney.
That's great, Delaney. We needed you.
I know.
Complete the puzzle.
I'm drama.
No, I mean, we'll get into like obviously you're allowed to feel your feelings, and you're entitled to like everyone's feelings are valid. So
totally.
Yeah.
Thank you. How are you doing?
I feel the same. I had a really good weekend. I read books. I went to dinner. I have been working out again and trying to get over those like anxieties, I guess, of working out in a way. I go through. I'm very, you know how I am with working out. I'm very intense. I'm either all in or all out.
Like, no, it's so impressive, honestly, because right now you're all in.
Yeah, and it's fine. It's not like all in, like multiple times a day, like a day, whatever. No. It's more so just like I'm either working out, every other day, or like keeping up with it, or I'll go months and like not do anything, which I don't know. I'm just trying to find balance, and for some reason, that's just how my brain kind of works with it. I'm either like in a mode where I'm doing it or I'm not. And I kind of hate that I'm that way, but I'm like trying to take advantage of the fact that I'm in it right now. No,
lean into it, right?
Yeah.
Like you're feeling it. It's fun. Like it's so easy. My favorite thing to do is like since you've been going to SoulCycle, just booking class for the week. And then you feel bad canceling, and then you're always so happy when you go. It's
exactly. It's the most satisfying feeling after. And just, I'm resorting back to just a class that I like. If you guys are like me and maybe you're, you haven't been working out and you're like, try to think of something maybe you liked in the past. That's what I did. I was like looking, I was like, what have I done before that I've enjoyed and, that doesn't completely intimidate me to get back into.
Yeah.
So that's why I did that for myself.
Well, I can't help but notice the bling on your finger. No, she's not engaged.
Okay. Can we talk about this? Because I think I fucked up. Sorry for my language. So your engagement ring, whatever, like I had to Google to confirm it's your left hand.
Left ring finger.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm wearing this ring. If you're not watching a video, you should. We do all of our episodes on YouTube if you didn't know.
Yes.
So you're probably like, what? But I have this thick gold ring on my right ring finger.
Yes. Stunning.
We'll get into what the ring is, but do you feel like, so I used to wear rings on this finger all the time.
Yeah. You can wear it on your right ring finger. Your left ring finger is if you're engaged or married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even so, I've seen people do like rings for
people
self-love. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. They're like, it's
it.
me. Like, whatever. I've
That's
seen this
awesome.
done. And that's awesome too. But I got a comment on something and they were like, ooh, like the engagement finger. And then I was like, I started overthinking it.
Were you like, oh my gosh, did I mess up?
Yeah, I was like, oh shoot, because you have to get these in a specific size. Like, know, and it's like an expensive ring. Like I had to get it in a specific size. And I think I did actually mess up because I was in the app for it. If you didn't know, it's an Aura ring. So it's like a wearable technology. It's like a, an Apple Watch, but
fitness
like on
tracker,
fitness
health tracker, all
sleep,
the things.
Which we'll get into.
Yes, I like need to hear all your experiences.
Yes, but it said in the app, it was like, try wearing like something like, it's some beta, try wearing it on a different finger. And I was like, I was like, it doesn't fit any other fingers. Like I purposely got this size so it fits this finger.
Yeah.
So,
so
I'm not able to, so I'm in, like, I have to wear it on this finger now.
Brooke, there is no problem with it. Did someone DM you saying something?
No, I got a comment on TikTok. It wasn't anything bad, but they were like, the Aura engagement ring, LOL. And I was like, no, it's on my right hand though.
Yeah, maybe it flips online. That's funny. No, I think it looks really pretty there.
Thanks. Okay.
I also I used to wear like some really nice rings on my middle finger. Well, this one I do have on my middle finger, but it's like really small. Anyways, I was having really bad like neck and shoulder pains, and I went to this like holistic like chiropractor guy. I've gone to him for many years.
Oh, wow.
And he like did all these tests. Maybe I already talked about this on the podcast. I can't remember.
No, I don't think so.
He took off the rings of my middle finger, like I had two like Cartier rings. And all instantly, like everything like loosened up and felt better. I know. So now I'm like pissed though because I just don't wear. So what I'm saying is, especially a bigger ring like that, I think it's better
to wear it on a ring finger.
But that also could just be me. I don't know. I could be spitting.
No,
facts.
I get that. I used to be like dripping in the rings too. Like that was my thing. Like,
I know.
thicker,
I miss
like
being
whatever.
a ring girly.
Yeah, and then I completely stopped too. So I feel weird.
But
with
that's
this back
perfect on the
but
ring finger, I think.
Thanks.
I don't know. Like that big of a ring on the middle finger might be a lot for you.
I'm just overthinking it now. I'm like, does everybody now I have to pay more attention to like where everybody else wears
No,
theirs?
I know. This is a whole ring conversation.
Yeah. So it's not like that. Let's
But are you liking your Aura ring?
So this is only like day 2 or 3. So
right.
I'm very new to the
game.
game.
No, just first initial reactions.
First, I will review, like maybe next week will be a favorite because we'll like talk more.
No, I know. I know it probably wasn't a favorite yet. But
it's not. It hasn't qualified yet. You know, only 2 days. I like it. I think it's definitely thick, you know, but it's not heavy. It's right. I could take it off and have you hold it. It's extremely lightweight, but it's like thick.
Oh my God. It's so lightweight.
It looks like it would be heavy. So you can get it. And that's the thing that I like about it more than Apple Watch. No shade to Apple Watch wearers. I did it for so many years of my life. You guys were shitting on me because I was wearing it with dresses and stuff, you know, like everyone's like, Brooke,
this is good for you.
Outfit for like you're wearing a freaking Apple Watch, you know, and I was sick of it myself. But I still wanted to do something that would, you know, be like, so I think it's different stats than the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch is like, you know, standing workout. It's more about like calories burned and stuff. This one is more about like hours rested versus hours
like your readiness, right?
Yeah,
like your readiness for the day.
Yeah, so it tracks your sleep and it tracks your readiness for the day, but it also takes into account if you are like, so say I like not take a nap on the couch, but you know, I sit down for 30 minutes like and I like read my book in the middle of the day or something, that will like add to your like not to your score, but like it takes that into account. It's like you rested for a little bit. Cool. You know.
Yeah.
Because it's all about like heart rate, I guess. I don't really know. I'm still, you know, there's a whole community. It's one of those things that you have to like dive into.
No, yeah.
So
I love that. So do you wake up in the morning? It's like, you're going to be ready for the day. And you're like, or I
checked it this morning. I was like, well, let's see. Like, how did I sleep last night? Yeah. And I felt like, you know, both the nights that I did it, like I slept like fairly well and like my score reflected that. So I was like, you know, I like that. Yeah.
I love the idea of it, Topper.
Yeah.
But I just know I'll be obsessive over the heart rate. Unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I get
but
that.
I like it's better than an Apple Watch where it's not just in your face all the time. You have to like go onto the app and like seek it out.
I like that too. I like that the notifications aren't dinging all day long.
Right.
It's not like that. It's just I guess it's not a transmitter. It's like just a receiver or whatever. Mm-hmm. Right? Or maybe it is, but you know, the Apple Watch, like you could turn off your notifications and stuff, but you could still access it though.
This way it's not as like notifications, like you can go for a walk and not be thinking about it.
Exactly. But I think you still want to be like close to your phone. I don't know. So if you guys have any like tips or whatever, please let me know. But I'm liking it so far. I think it's like a better look for me.
It's I was definitely one of those people with the Apple Watch with the outfits.
Like,
it's not just you,
much.
like everybody.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. So I'm really happy for you.
Yeah, but I was like annoying about the Apple Watch because I still wanted to get credit.
You were like, I'm still doing it because I want it.
I was like, I'm walking to dinner. Like, it doesn't go with my outfit, but like I'm walking to dinner. Like I will get credit for this walk.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, because you're competitive, right? Wait. So can you do this with Aura Ring? Like, because I know you were doing games and stuff with people. With Ben, right? It was like I walked more than you or something.
Yeah, you could do competitions on the watch. I don't know if you can with this. I don't even know if there's like a shareable like community.
I'm shocked you didn't look into this.
Yeah, it's European, so it's like everything's in like kilograms and like what degrees Celsius.
Oh, whoa! Can you switch it?
You could. Oh, and it tracks your. I don't do natural cycles, but because
you can do that, like the temperature.
Yeah, so I have. Wow. I mean, I'm doing it even though like I'm on birth control, but you can do that.
It's
very
really
holistic.
Cool.
It feels.
Yes, it does.
More like
it's giving.
You know. Yeah, like it's more that versus like Apple Watch is like get up, bitch. Like
yeah,
you're being lazy, you know. Like,
no, I think it's like kind of the opposite vibes.
Yes,
get up, bitch. Time to stand up. Like no, I don't want it.
It would be like if you go for. It would give the notification like 10:30 p.m. It'd be like, if you go for a brisk 17-minute walk, then you'll meet your fitness goal.
Oh,
before
thank
midnight,
you.
I was like, I'm good.
Whereas this, like, it's night time to go to bed.
Literally, it's
relax.
like rest up. Gotta get your sleep score up.
Oh my gosh, how funny. Well, I had to ask you about it because I saw your story and you're wearing it. I'm really happy for your journey.
Thanks. Well, I'm engaged to myself. Yes. That's the update. If you
hashtag self-love. No, literally, there were 2 different engagements from people from Georgia this weekend, and all the photos. I'm like, let's go, girls! Like, engagement era.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of as you enter your mid-20s, you get to those points.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of like the people that I went to college with. I think it's
happening.
Yeah, it feels like it's more prevalent, not to like judge cultures, but it definitely is more prevalent. Like at least I see with more people who like went to Georgia than like people who live in the city.
Yeah,
in New York City
definitely.
At least it feels like the ages are a little bit different.
Yeah,
you know?
No, it's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. So Should we do our favorite of the week?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay. What's yours?
My fave, I'm like, let me pull up these notes. We're trying a new notes.
We're
thing.
Notion girls now.
Yeah. Do any of you guys do Notion? Let us know. This is a whole new world for us. We're very
Emma introduced us to it.
Yes. And that's so her, like, to be like so organized, and it's like a whole like work board type thing and like a calendar, and oh my god,
it's honestly a Virgo's dream. Like, it is. I literally was turned on when Emma sent it to us. It, like, you can literally do whatever the frick you want.
Yeah.
Like, you can start new notes, and like it's kind of like Google Docs where Brooke and I were both typing and I could see what she was typing, which was definitely nice because we wanted to keep that feature. But you can also, like, there's a calendar and you can click on the calendar. It takes you to the episode and all the episode notes, and like we could put mood boards and oh my gosh, it's too fun. It's free. I thought we'd have to pay.
Yeah, I think if you like use like more of the features or whatever, but yeah, it's, if I was a student and I had this, I feel like I would love it.
Why? I mean, I think it existed, but I guess just wasn't thinking about it. Now I want to go YouTube like Notion tour, like, you know how people do that. I think you told me about that. Yes,
yeah,
like a few years ago or last
because
year.
it's so pleasing, and like once you set it up, but it's not just the setting it up, then you have to use it, you know.
Yeah,
like,
but there's an app, so we've been using it, and really it's been a great transition. So thank you, Emma, for introducing us to Notion. We are Notion girls.
We are, and we're probably only using like 1/100th of the features that it has.
Yes.
It seems like it's like one of those
I can't wait to find out new ones.
Yeah, same. Okay, so my favorite, I'm just changing my life this year. I'm working out. I have my ring.
It's so exciting.
And I'm making my coffee at home.
Yay! Yeah, we love that. Oh my god, I like came up with this whole ins and outs list yesterday of 2023. You know, people have been doing that.
Yeah.
In is making your coffee at home.
It's really in. Yeah.
It's just tastes better. Well, let's see what you have to say.
No, I'm there.
You're there.
Yeah. Well, because do you use Nespresso?
No, I use Keurig. I'm weird. I like love a Keurig.
You're a Keurig
But
girl.
you're an espresso girl.
I wasn't sure what you were on these days because I feel like you've like tried it all, and like, you know.
I have. I like Nespressos for lattes, but I love just a hot cup of coffee.
Yeah, a cuppa.
Yeah, but.
And I feel like you've done like regular coffee maker too, so like I don't even know what you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. No, Keurig girl right now.
Yeah. I'm on my Nespresso. Well, my thing is like, if it's out on my counter, like I need to use it.
Yeah.
You know? So that's out on my counter. I'm like, okay, that is what I'll be
100p.
using. Yes. My Nespresso, my old Nespresso broke, so I upgraded to this like new one, and it's the Virtue line, which I actually really like because you could. My thing is like, why not do this one? Because you have the option to do a full cup of coffee,
right,
a double shot, a single shot. Like, you can do it all, versus the other machine, you could only do one shot at one time.
I know. Yeah.
So it just makes sense. Like, why not get the option that lets you do it all?
100%.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's the one I did have, the Virtuo. Or I had the original and then the Virtuo. So I know what you mean.
You've had it all.
I've had it all.
Yeah. I feel like you've been like, Danielle was like a real like Nespresso. I remember the Nespresso era.
I know. That was an era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I've gone through phases too. Like junior year, senior year of college, so into it, and then I kind of stopped, got back, whatever.
The only thing with the Virtuo that I don't know, you probably don't, because you don't really ever order just like a coffee, really, like a hot coffee.
Yeah.
The coffee that I would make, because I got the Nespresso and I was like, ooh, the Virtuo, I'll just make a cup of coffee, or I could do lattes, whatever. But it tasted different. It's like espresso. It's more rich, I think, rather than like, I want some watery coffee.
I know what you mean. It's not Dunkin'.
No. Yeah, exactly. So
it's more like European again. Yes.
But it works out because if you don't care, then it still gives you the cup.
Yeah. I just like the foam, like the crema.
It's very
exciting. It's gorge.
Yeah.
So I was trying for the longest time of just making my coffees, and I was like, these simply taste like shit. Like, you know, I don't know if everybody is lying. Like, I don't know what's happening. So I put it out on TikTok. I was like, what's happening? All my coffees taste terrible. And a bunch of people replied and were so kindly giving me recipes. I know, such generous people. So Hannah, I want to give her credit. Hannah Bracken is her TikTok handle. She gave me this whole recipe to make a like shaken oat milk espresso at home, like the one from Starbucks. You know,
of course,
brown sugar. Shaken.
Yes, I got that one.
So delicious. And I kind of modified it, and basically the only element that I took away from it was that I start with brown sugar at the bottom of my cup, and then I brew a double shot of espresso on top. You can get a pod that has 2 shots of espresso, so you don't have to buy 2. You could just get one that's a double.
Oh, sick.
Gorge. And then I add a little bit of oat milk. I froth it all together, add my ice. So I don't even, like, it's not even crazy. At first I was like adding other pumps and like cinnamon and stuff. Like, I just cut it down to the bare bones.
Wow. So break it down one more time. Just the simple, like, boom, boom, boom.
Yes. A tablespoon, or I do a little more, of brown sugar in the bottom of your cup. First, you know, just in your glass. This is to make it iced also. And then my favorite this week was the Bianchi Bianco Doppio pods. They're like,
Okay.
it's a double shot. And they're made for like milky drinks.
Yum.
So they're great. Brew that over the.
Ooh, with the brown sugar, it's happening.
So then it warms it up and like starts to dissolve.
Oh,
right? Because if you just do
yeah.
an ice drink, I feel like it doesn't dissolve. You need to make it hot so it dissolves. Then I use one of those handheld milk frothers.
Okay.
Froth that up so that it's mixed.
Right.
Add in my oat milk. I don't measure. Do you measure? Like I
No,
just like
no,
dump.
no.
Like
It's just
I
eyeball.
just dump regular like
Just dump.
dump it in.
Yep.
I froth that sometimes like if I have a second, and then I add ice. So I guess that's really 3 ingredients, 4 if you count the ice, right?
I think the
Super
trick
simple.
is the brown sugar on the bottom first.
Exactly. And that is
That
like,
is genius.
yeah, I was getting all the syrups and stuff. I was like, I guess I need to get these syrups from Starbucks and whatever. I think it's like, that's it.
Oh, wow. I love like watching coffee making videos like Coffee Bay or here, just talking about the creation of coffee.
It's great.
Love it.
I know. And you know, some people don't like sweet drinks, whatever. So you do it at your own discretion. But if you're like me and you could not figure out the Nespresso for the life of you, like everything that I was making, I was like, this is terrible. Like, you know, just bitter and like tasted like watered down by the time I added my ice. Oh, and then people are really, really specific about the order of which to add everything. Like Nespresso snobs will be like, oh, how dare you put ice in the espresso? You need to put your milk in next. Like there's like a sequence of, I don't know.
Oh, I actually know what they mean though,
Yeah.
because the ice melts faster if you don't add the milk first. I do get that, but yes, I know they're intense.
There's like a whole community of Nespresso. Yeah, so if
That's
you just
fun.
want to go on TikTok and search Nespresso recipes, like they're open the gates. Like that is a whole deep dive.
I am learning. Just TikTok is so helpful. Like I didn't know what to order for takeout, so I literally looked up on TikTok like easy or like good takeout in New York City, and it literally gave me all these options and what they ordered. Like, here's what you do. This is the hack. Like, you know, like Starbucks secret drinks. Like, I did
love
for
that.
Westville, and it was like, get this salad, but add the chicken cutlet and get this dressing. And I was like, oh my God.
People are just sharing all of their information on there.
No
think.
gatekeeping 2023.
No. Clara actually told me to do that. She's like, oh, I use TikTok as a search engine. Like she will
It's
type in, you know,
genius.
best coffee shops in Raleigh or whatever. And it's honestly brilliant.
I know. I really hate to give TikTok that much power, but it is just so true. Being a YouTube girly, you know.
I know. But for quick
we like
stuff,
TikTok.
I just looked up, I'm going away for like spring break for Ben's spring break. And I looked up like literally the hotel tours because I was like, between hotels. I was like, let me look up like,
oh my God, that's so
the
fun.
TikToks.
You don't have to say, but did you lock it down? What we
yes,
were
I
talking
booked
about?
it.
Oh,
I'll tell you.
yay.
Yeah, I'll tell you after. Yeah,
Yay.
it's booked. But it's so many months like away that I'm trying not to get. I'm excited about it, but you know, like when,
I know. Is it in March? Yes, that's not that far.
First week of April.
It's almost, it's almost February.
Yeah,
So,
you're right. I know.
Exciting.
Just got to get through this cruel winter.
Yeah, I know. It's like really not even that
No,
bad.
no,
I'm like,
not even-
oh no, I know what you mean.
All right, now what's your favorite? I just went on a whole rant about Nespresso for like 20
I
minutes.
really
so sorry
enjoyed
about
that.
Thank you.
Really
Okay,
enjoyed it.
what's yours?
My favorite are an item from Amazon that I've been using in the cold weather. Actually, fleece lined leggings. Do you have a pair?
I have fleece lined tights, and yes, so
yeah,
it's similar
same
vibe. Yes,
I've been really just getting really good at layering this past year. Ever since Brooke and I's trip to Uniqlo and we bought the Heat Tech long sleeves, I was like, wait, layering is such a thing. And so I was layering all up on top, and I had the socks and everything, but my leggings, love the Lululemon Aligns, but sometimes like the cold would get through.
Too thin, yeah.
And I'd be like, I'm chilly, but then I'd still put on 2 pairs of leggings, and then it was just annoying. And when you went to the bathroom, you had to pull down, you know. So I was like, I used to have a pair of fleece line leggings, don't know where they went. I found a pack of 2 on Amazon, and they're high waisted, you know, they still have the nice thick band up top. They're flattering, and they are so warm. Like I've been going for long walks in the cold. I am good to go. So I think it's a great winter hack. I think a lot of people forget about 1, layering, but 2, fleece lined leggings. Like just get a pair or 2 to have for the winter, and it's just particularly not to work out in. It's like a different, softer material, but when you go for walks or if you're going to be out all day, it's great. So that's my tip.
amazing.
Yeah, and my favorite. It's not my rec. Yeah, it's my favorite.
And they're comfortable, like
so comfortable. I wore them yesterday, and I was just like slicking through the city. Like I wasn't cold at all. Like I had my Amazon hand warmers, and I'm like,
I did the hand warmer thing the other night. You inspired me on that.
Just hits. Like,
it does.
It hits.
Yeah, because I was like, the big winter coat didn't go with my outfit, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna wear, you know,
Oh, that's a
like
hack.
a slimmer. I mean, I knew I wasn't gonna be walking so much, but I was like, if I need to be outside for 10 minutes, like I'm not gonna freeze.
So did you get the portable ones or like the disposable ones?
The disposable ones.
Yeah, and you just have them in your pocket, and it warms up your whole body.
It does.
I have to say.
It does, and then you don't have to worry about gloves and like those sort of things. Yeah,
Yeah, that's huge for the program.
huge.
What's your rec of the week?
I said I'm a little reader right now, so I finished a book. It was a long one, so thank God I finally I mean, it was amazing, but like 400 plus pages. You know, you're just like,
oh,
okay.
It took a couple days to finish. I'm still reading Winter in Paradise.
Yeah,
my God.
Yeah. Well, you know, but I feel like you've been doing other stuff. You haven't been reading. Hasn't been like your focus.
Yeah, but I think I'm about to go on some trips where I'm going to be reading more.
Oh, good.
So,
okay.
I mean, I have to hope, right?
Great. Yeah.
Yeah,
Read
so
2 pages.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. No, I. That's another thing. Working out and reading. I'm either doing it or I'm not. So
yeah,
I'm there. And I think I'm really pissing off my boyfriend because I'll go over there to hang out and he's like, "So what show should we watch?" And I'm like, "Ooh, I brought this book over."
Really? Yeah. Oh my God, Brooke. So what do you do? What does he do while you read?
He like plays a game or like he scrolls on it. Like I don't. Yeah, I know. That's not all the time. People are gonna be like, "That's so mean."
No,
but
I'm laughing because I'm just so shocked because you like love each other and like you
Yeah.
love him. And,
No,
like,
I know.
You get excited to go see him, so that's why I more so laughed. Like he probably doesn't care. Well, maybe he does care. But.
No, I think sometimes it's like, okay, like come on, like let's do something together. Oh gosh, I mean,
You go all the way to
bad.
Brooklyn
I
to
know.
read your book.
Not the whole time. That's like, you know, the second half, like a little dinner or whatever, and then it will be like, all right, all cleaned up.
Like I'm ready to read. Like I didn't know this about you. Oh my God.
How else? Like, there's no other way. I don't read like that fast. Like,
Yeah,
you know, like
no, you
there's
gotta
no
finish.
time.
No, that's so funny. And it's like you're not racing. You're not in a book club. You're not racing.
No,
You're just
there's no-
gotta get it done.
Well, sometimes it's either I'm at the exciting part of the book or I'm waiting to get to the exciting part of the book. So either way, I'm excited to read. I don't know.
That's so sweet, really.
No,
I'm like I want to be that excited.
Maybe you'll get back into it at some point.
I do, but like I'm fine with reading a couple pages a night. Every
Oh,
night though.
Yeah. But see, have you ever read a book though that you're like, wow, like I have to stay up and read this, even if eyes are closing so tired?
No, but I still have to read Verity because I've heard that
Yeah.
might change me. But now it's hyped up so much, I'm like, I wonder if it will for me because I'll be so expecting so much.
Yes.
We'll see.
And I kind of got the ick from Colleen Hoover because I've been seeing a lot of just
Weird
content
things.
around that, and people, you know, like then I started reading these other books, and I'm like, wow, these authors are better, like, you know. And now I'm like, oh, I'm just like so above Colleen Hoover.
Yeah,
like,
you're just so elite.
I have advanced past.
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I can only reference like 3 authors, and I feel like you're like, oh, is that the Sarah blah 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 one, or is that the Elizabeth this that? And I'm like, holy crap, it's amazing. Sorry, you didn't even say what book it is.
Okay, it's Mad Honey and it's written by 2 authors, which I have so many questions about. Like, how do they do that?
Yeah.
Jennifer Finney Boylan and Jodi Picoult.
Oh, I actually know Jodi Picoult.
Yeah,
I've heard of her, probably
Yes.
from your stories.
she did My Sister's Keeper, I think.
Oh, that's it.
And
Yep.
like some other like iconic ones. That was my first one reading of hers, but she's like a real, like, you know, like your mom has probably heard of her type of vibe. This book, it starts off slow and it's like a thick one, you know, but there's a lot of character development. There's like one major twist in the middle that like, that was the point. I was like, you know, eyes closing and I was like, I'm up.
Like,
gotta
suddenly?
keep going. Yeah.
That's
My book light. Ben literally probably wants to
The
kill
book
me.
light too.
Oh my God. I
Too
know. He's
good.
really suffered through a lot from my reading journey.
Very sweet.
And then at the end, there's like another, you know, I'm trying to, plot without giving it away. It's told between a bunch of different characters. There's like a high school storyline and then there's an adult storyline. And it's the son of like the main character who's a woman.
Okay.
Starts dating this girl. And then I think it says it on, but I won't say, something happens basically. And then they unpack, you know, what happened throughout the whole book.
Love and unpacking.
Yes. And
Like,
it's
yeah.
and it's told like before, like, you know, 3 months before, 5 months after, 2 months, like it kind of skips around.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of books are doing that lately.
Yeah. And skipping around with the characters too. And there was
You have
definitely
to catch
somewhere.
up.
Somewhere I was
Keep
like,
up.
I really want to hear Lily's part, you know?
Yeah, like I'm dying. I don't care about Jodi's. Like I want to hear Lily.
And you like, it's interesting who you like relate to more
Yeah.
and stuff. And it made me think about a lot of things. Like truly, it's the
shit.
year of real. Yeah. Cause it would bring up something and I'd be like, wow, I never like thought about that.
Yeah.
So if any of you guys read it. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh my God. My rec is something. Oh, are you watching Jenny and Georgia right now?
No.
No.
I
Did
never
you watch
did.
season 1?
Mm-mm.
I think I watched season 1 in college with Delaney, senior year. So I don't know if I would have watched it on my own, but since, you know, I get excited when a show that I'd watched the first season comes out with the second season because you're like, okay, like I know the plot, the characters, all the things, and I know I enjoyed it. So I'm watching season 2 right now. The first couple episodes were heavy, and I was like, I just like need to go watch TikTok, YouTube, something like that. And Delaney was watching it too, and she's like, you just got to push through. And now I'm like maybe towards the end of season 2, and I'm really enjoying it. It's lighthearted, but then it's actually very heavy. All the characters, you just like, the mom is just so funny. She's just like this crazy person. She's not a crazy person, but she's very, I don't know. She's very out there with her personality, and I think that's really, really fun. And the parenting of it all. There's just lots of interesting parts to it, and you get attached to the characters, kind of like you're talking about the book. So I really suggest it if you're looking for a show to watch, because I've been talking to a lot of people about it, and they're like, actually, I didn't watch season 1, and I was like, wait, I thought it was kind of like one of those shows, everyone watches. And I think a lot of people are, but yeah, definitely suggest starting Ginny and Georgia. It's kind of giving Hallmark vibes, but then they have like some really deep messages in it. So
I heard it compared to Gilmore Girls, but you never watched it. But it's like, it's
I watched like the first few seasons of Gilmore Girls. I would 100% compare it to that. Just like a little bit more deeper conversations.
Interesting.
Yeah, but the same mother-daughter aspect, like a younger mother with her daughter. They're like 15 years apart.
Oh, perfect. So
same vibe. That's actually a really good comparison. Whoever said that. So. That's my rec.
Ginny and Georgia. I have heard a lot about that.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's like one of those Netflix shows. I know what you're talking about. That's like, when it's hot, and everyone's talking about it. It's like Dead to Me, which I still never watched the last season of that. I need to do that.
I didn't either, but I watched the one before it. Yeah. I just like definitely watch a lot more TV in the winter, and I enjoy it. Like it's just, and I've been really into just like doing my laundry when watching a show, like folding.
Yeah.
I hate folding laundry. I mean, I don't know who likes it, but like you have to find something that make you enjoy it. So I like save my shows for that. Yeah,
I definitely watch like either a vlog or like a video or listen to a podcast. Like I need some sort of entertainment when I'm like doing anything around the house.
Yes. Like at all times, period. Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Something to keep you accompanied.
Yeah, especially living alone too.
Yeah.
I think is because if your roommate's sitting there, you guys can just like shoot the shit and talk about the day. I don't know.
Gossip.
All the hot gossip. Was there anything else we need to talk about before we talk about feeling lonely and FOMO and being alone versus feeling lonely?
No, I don't think so. That's everything that I've been up to. And I'm. Oh, actually, you did want to talk about one more thing. You wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah, should we talk about it?
Yeah, we should.
Okay, well, first off, I'll start by what year were you born in? 97 or 96? Okay, so I've been corrected in the DMs, neither Brooke or I are technically millennials. However, I don't know if you'd agree, I feel more drawn to the millennial world than a Gen Z.
Yeah, on a lot of things.
On a lot of things, but some not.
But some not, yeah.
Like we definitely are savvy with technology and stuff like
Grew
that
up
as
on
a
the
Gen
internet.
Z.
Yeah.
For sure, but I do feel like we got like a lot of things that post about millennials I really do relate to. And whatever. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
Deep down, I'm a millennial.
I know. I'm like, everyone's like, but you're not. I'm like, okay, well, I do the things that millennials do. So sorry. Whatever. Call me whatever you want. I don't know. People just get so heated about the stupidest things.
I know. I saw that Katie posted something. She was like, am I Gen Z or millennial? And everyone like was
voted.
Like, yeah, because she's like 95. It's like there's not even an official year. Like it's very vague.
Google told me to 96. Something to 96.
Oh, I saw like a range of years. So like it was like it's not really. And who decides? Like who wakes? It's kind of like who's like the person that's like the end of the generation,
like a hammer, like boom millennial, boom Gen Z, like I don't even know. So anyways, we were recently, I'm not recently, but it's having its resurgence. The millennial pause is what I'm trying to get at. And I literally posted an Instagram story last night. I got this cute little PR package from Rare Beauty and I was so excited.
It looked so nice.
And thank you. I was really excited about it. And I like posted it and then I rewatched it and it took me like a whole 0.5 seconds to start the video. Like I literally started the video and I'm like, hey guys, so this is the package I got. And apparently this is called the millennial pause.
It is.
And I just can't believe like we really do it. But we have a couple theories between the two of us because YouTube. So I guess explain the TikTok thing. Was I with you when we were talking about this? Shannon, we were talking to someone about this.
I think we talked about it on Shannon's podcast, which we went on. It's coming out, I think, in a few weeks. We went on Shannon
February
Ford's
7th, I think.
Yeah. So Shannon Ford's podcast, probably a podcast, and it was so fun. She's amazing.
You're gonna
and,
love
my
that
gosh,
episode.
yeah. So that comes out soon, and we talked, I think, a little bit either before we I think on camera.
On camera, we were talking about
this
pause.
because she's a real millennial. I mean, she is.
Yeah.
Because she's a few years older than me.
Yeah.
And she was talking about how on Instagram stories, basically, there's some sort of delay when you hit record, that it doesn't actually start recording for a second. Like there's almost like a loading period.
Yes.
Versus on TikTok, if you open the app and just hit record on TikTok, there is none of that. Like it immediately starts. So it's a little bit, so you create a delay, I guess, on Instagram, or you kind of like, because okay, it takes a second to get rolling.
Yes.
Versus TikTok,
it's like, hey guys, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like it starts right away, which I didn't even realize with TikTok till we were talking about that. Like I definitely still wait a second on TikTok, and maybe now I'm like cutting it a little bit because I'm so embarrassed. But also growing up on YouTube, same thing with a camera. You click record and there's like a very quick second. It's quicker than Instagram. Instagram stories take a really hot second, but you're like, hey guys, but I notice I always take this breath before I start. And it's a lot of times, especially if I'm doing stories or like starting a vlog clip, I'll say, okay guys. And it's just apparently the millennial pause. I think it's something I've developed throughout the years of being like, okay, like maybe if it doesn't get this part in the shot, it's fine. But like, let me just start saying something.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Do you find you do the millennial pause?
Yeah, no, I do. But I cut it out a lot of the times.
Yeah.
If it's for stories or TikTok, I go in and I do edit clips after.
Oh, yeah. Ever since Davis Burleson taught us that, he was like, make your TikToks quick.
Yep. I have adapted to the brains of these Gen Zers. And I even will edit my stories and stuff. I don't really, like, if I film a video, it's very rare that I film a video in the Instagram app for my story.
Unless it's just more casual. Sometimes I will if I'm just, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. But if it's like walking down the street, like I usually record that on my camera app.
Yeah, in case like it didn't record,
it's and just to have for me, and I like, we'll review it later. Like Instagram story, it's so immediate. It's like post or delete forever. Like there's no in between.
It's like, what if I don't want to do either of those?
I know.
It's like, what if I want to draft it? It doesn't always give you that option.
Only sometimes because you have to like start editing it basically. I know. So that's why I'm just going to record everything in my camera app for safekeeping. I got it all saved, But
even then, it takes a little bit of a second on iPhone camera roll. It really does. So millennial pause, I suppose. But I just thought it was funny because I posted about it last night because I noticed it in my story. And I just kind of posted this TikTok that a lot of people have been sharing. This woman spoke about like millennial pause. And so many people were responding, wow, this is so funny. Like a lot of people didn't know. So I was like, I think it's worth talking about on the podcast because some people don't realize it. Now you guys are going to giggle.
I found this something about it like months ago.
Yeah, and you sent it to me then, but I guess I wasn't thinking about it.
No, and it wasn't as hot of a topic. It was like, oh, the millennial pause, haha, like just like another thing about being a millennial. Now,
now I'm like, damn, I do believe it's true.
Yeah. So. No, I actually had this like Gen Z like crisis the other day when I went to. It's been one of my favorite stores forever, but I don't know if it's me. It's me, hi, I'm the problem. It's me, or if it's them. I went to Urban Outfitters
this weekend. So did I.
No, last week.
Oh, yeah. Well, either way, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if you had this, that's the thing about Urban Outfitters, the supply is different at every store, truly. Mm-hmm. So I just went in a mall because when I did my solo mall day, I walked in and I saw everything and I immediately walked out. I was like, it looks like TikTok threw up in here. Like just it's the prints so and like very like micro trendy, which, not saying that I'm not. I definitely do that sometimes.
I definitely do too.
But like to the extreme.
You're so right. Delaney and I walked into the NoHo location this weekend. We were like, let's go to Urban Outfitters. Like they have cute home decor. We haven't been in so long. We used to go all the time to the one in Athens. That was like where everyone shopped from. Remember that? That one was a good one. Because
like in the middle of Athens, all of these like southern boutiques, then they plopped an Urban Outfitters. I was you answered my calls.
No, that was so nice being in college and having an Urban.
Dangerous.
But like so dangerous. Oh my God. And then everyone would go out and everyone's wearing the same black bralette like under their tank top. Like it was so funny.
The same pair of tight black jeans.
Oh,
like
for sure.
With the red stripes on the top because you know that they're BDG.
Yes. No, it's so true. Only that's such an Athens thing in particular just because we had that there. But yeah, so we were like, let's go to Urban. Like, let's just like go up around. We walked in and we were like, what happened? Like, that's so funny you say that. And not like, love some of Urban's things and there were diamonds in the rough, but like it was just so different. They had these huge hats that were like metallic and I love metallic things. I just bought a metallic bathing suit, but like there's certain thing, like micro trends, I was like, whoa, like things just change.
Yeah. And to some people they're like, holy shit, this is like me.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure that maybe if I were in high school, like that would be great. I guess that's a target demo. Maybe we're just out of it now.
They had the micro skirts. Yeah. Which actually I love those. They just don't look good on me. I think you should start wearing like not the micro skirts, but I think a cute little mini skirt would look good on you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Legs. No, I literally was like, Delaney, get a micro skirt, please, for me. Like, cause I just don't feel comfortable in them. But like, I'm just like picking people. I'm like, you wear one. Anyone can wear a micro skirt. I just don't feel good in them. Oh. Just let me clear up. No, I'm not asking for sympathy. Like we talked about like a couple episodes ago. Like just wearing things that you feel good in.
No,
like,
completely.
I just like the trend. I think it's cute.
I agree. But I was safe to say I was like, whoa, I'm up.
Honey,
like,
I'm shocked.
Is that
yeah, I know.
Wait, also I need to say about the I'm up, like how we say this. This is like one of like our classic phrases.
Yeah, well, you started it for sure, and I just.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like you started saying it, and I was like, ooh, I'm up.
Oh, well, I blocked someone the other day because of this.
Oh my God,
this
what?
Is a block. Brooks blocked, unveiled.
Oh my God.
Someone... I posted on my story going to SoulCycle, like I took like a 9 a.m. class and I posted like, I'm up, all caps, like happy Friday or something.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean that by like, good morning, like rise and grind, hustle.
Oh, like I woke up?
Yeah. I meant I'm up, like, wow, that woke me up.
Yeah.
Like that's what we mean by this phrase. I think it's a great phrase. You can use it for anything that's like shocking. Like, you see like, yeah, like literally me in Urban Outfitters, I was like, holy shit, like am I too old to be here? Like, I'm up.
No, yeah.
Like,
if we receive a text and we're like, oh my God, I'm up. Like that, like you, like kind of like when you were reading the book and it got spicy again.
Exactly. Like it could be good news. It could be bad news. It could just be anything that's like,
shocks
like
the system a little bit.
Yeah. Like you see something crazy. You're like, oh my God, I'm up. Totally. So that's what I meant. Like in my typical jargon of I'm up, and someone replied, and was like, girly, it's 9 a.m. like that's not even impressive or something, like something about that.
That is so funny that she read it as I'm up. Like,
yeah,
good
like
morning.
Yeah, like I'm just a morning workout girl. Like I wake. No, like I don't think that is impressive.
Oh
we were just talking about the timing of the workout classes we take. Like I will never be a 5 a.m.er. Like that's not, We
have the privilege to like not have to do it, so why would we? Like,
if you can do it, you are another level of human that I will never be.
No,
and I'm so
love that for you.
That's
workout when it's still dark outside.
Yeah, I would rather do an evening workout versus wake up at 5 a.m. personally. Like that.
Personally, yes, it's impressive. Different strokes for different folks.
Exactly.
Ask for every seat.
Exactly.
So that's really silly.
That's a little refresher on your jargon. Yeah,
good. That would have annoyed me too. Like then you don't listen to the podcast because
it's like a funny joke. Like I also like a lot of times with like the text I say and stuff, like I'll just be like, even today, like I posted like me listening to a podcast. I was like, this feels timely. Like, like,
I know you're so silly.
Read it in my like tone of voice. That's like, silly.
Like this voice. Like this feels timely. No, I saw that. I was like, that's so silly, Brooke. I love it.
Thanks. Okay, now we can finally get into the meat.
Oh yeah, we just had the meat and potatoes.
Okay, so we're talking about being alone versus feeling lonely. Danielle, do you want to talk about how this kind of like prompted to be? Because I feel like it was your idea.
Sure. Yes, I will talk about how to prompt it. It's kind of emo hour, but like it's real, and it's something that like I feel every now and then, especially moving to New York. I felt this in college at first too. Like I think entering new phases of your life, you kind of enter this phase. Like no matter what, even if you have friends, I don't know how to explain it. It's this weird feeling. So I'll just explain. I posted this TikTok and I was so nervous to post it, but I was like feeling so raw in the emotions. And I was like, hopefully this hits. And it really did. And it selfishly made me feel really validated. I was like, wow, I'm not alone in this. Basically, it was a Friday night. I had gone to dinner and a show with my aunt, like fully was busy. I don't know if anyone ever feels this way, but I got home and it was like 11 o'clock. Like I still could have, technically gone out. I didn't even want to go out though. It's such a weird feeling. And I was like, damn, like no one, like I don't have any plans this weekend. Like no one asked me to do anything. Granted, I didn't either, but I especially feel like, and I think you're like this too, like I plan things with my friends. Like I will reach out and be like, I would love to go get dinner. Let's do it. Because you see people all the time. Let's go do dinner. Let's do breakfast, like whatever. And I'm like, if it's someone I really, really want to see, I'm like, yes, let's actually do it. Like when? And I feel like I'm literally always the person, not with all friendships, not at all. But like, it was kind of hitting this breaking point for me where I was like, this is just ridiculous. And I was talking to my therapist about it and I was like, should I pull back? And she's like, yeah, but that's not you. And I don't know, I was just getting all in my head. So it was a Friday night and I was like, damn, like no one reached out to me. And it was just kind of this really sad, weird feeling. And I was feeling lonely. I was feeling alone. I was kind of sad. I was just kind of damn, like, I'm not asking for sympathy at all, but it's just this weird feeling. And then I was kind of like, well, one, I was really thankful that a lot of people felt the same way. And I was like, I'm glad we can all talk about this. But two, take that and say, okay, is the universe wanting me to be alone for a second? I definitely needed that alone time. I didn't even realize, one. And then there's also a difference between feeling alone and being lonely. So if you can kind of spin it in your brain to being like, well, one, in my head, like I said earlier, the last thing I wanted to do that night was go to a bar. But I was like, oh my God, there's people out. And like, but then you're in your head like, oh, but maybe they saw on my story that I was at a show and just didn't think to. But honestly, that's probably not the case. And that's okay. There's definitely times like I try to invite people because I'm like, oh, maybe they're home. And you know what? I'm just done overthinking that. Well, I say that, but I'm really going to be trying. Brooke's like, yeah, right. I'm going to get a text next week. Yeah. Danielle's going to be like, we should invite this person. Like, I don't know. I'm so toxic like that. And that's
not toxic. No, that is not toxic.
But like, it's just getting to be too much where I'm overthinking literally everyone and like, oh, they're going to be so sad if they see I'm with this person. I didn't invite them. But it's not like they're doing it for me. So why am I so stressed about it? And I think I'm just having to, unfortunately, like lower my expectations. I will say though, after I posted the TikTok, I had all kinds of plans this last week. And I think people
reached out.
I really didn't, it wasn't about a certain person or anything. But it was funny. I like started to get some random texts. I was like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. And you know what? If they saw that and were kind of like, damn, like I really haven't reached out to her in a while.
Yeah.
I appreciated it, but what's kind of funny.
That is very funny. I actually do believe, now this could get kind of spiritual, woo-woo, but I do believe that when you, not like you putting it out and them seeing it, but like you know when you think about someone and then you get a reach out from them like the next day. Yes. And you're like, wow, that's so weird. Like this person reached out to me. I kind of believe in like that sort of subconscious stuff.
No, I was definitely putting out to the universe. Like I want people like there were specific people in my head after I made that. I was like, wow, like actually I wonder if this person will text me, you know? And they did. And we went to dinner, we did the things. And it was really cool to kind of see. It kind of felt like I wasn't subtweeting, but it was kind of that vibe. I was like, oh my God, people are like
who's this ad?
Yeah, because I don't know. I don't like when people do that always, but it was a general thing that I wanted people to relate to. Because I remember I felt this in college too, like my freshman year. It was like, oh, I like know these people, like all these things, but you just don't feel connected. And you're like, oh, I should be out, but I really want to be home, but I want to make new friends. It's just a weird freaking feeling.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's for me. And I'm like, keep in mind, I'm like more years out of college. So I feel like I've had more years of like experience with, all of this. And I had plenty of times of like, truly like feeling like lonely. And, I would even still like when I feel strikes of loneliness, like I, called friends, honestly, like my parents, like I'm so privileged to like have them be so close. So I get to like go home and see them and stuff. Like there's like things that I have like tools in my toolbox, that I'm like, oh, I'm doing kind of like weird, like, just whatever. I'm like, I need like a wholesome weekend with like my parents, or I need to call a friend from, that I haven't seen in a while.
Tune in and like, what do I need?
Yeah, that sort of energy. But for me, it strikes with, I specifically, like I could go weekend to weekend and literally not care about what's going on. It's the FOMO for me. And like, if something is going on that I know I wasn't invited to, and it could literally be that plans were formulated because, two people were out and they met up.
No,
I actually was
know.
texting you about that.
Yes.
These people that all met up, and I was like texting Danielle. I was like, wow, do you think that they like made like another group chat without us or something?
And I'm sure people think that about us too when we do certain things, but it's so crazy where your brain goes.
Yeah. And you start to like spiral and be like, oh my God, am I out? Am I on the outs? That's where I get it. Like if I know in my head, which this could be, this could be toxic, is thinking that, oh, I'm not doing anything this Saturday night, but like none of my friends really are either. So like, it's fine.
Oh, all the time.
That's more of like my justification with it versus like if they're going out and like, doing all these cool things, like really living up New York City to its fullest, then I feel like some sort of like, well, it's either, guilt of like not being invited or included in the plan, or true FOMO where you're like, okay, what am I doing? Like I'm wasting my 20s, then you start spiraling and being like, oh my God, am I the worst?
Oh no, there's been times where I fully will like, keep in mind, I don't know, some of my friends still use Snapchat, so like I stay on it to kind of see what they're up to. I'll literally be like, are these people like out right now? Or I'll go and find my friends. I'm like, okay, they're home. Like it's this weird, and this is actually a toxic thing. Like you feel like, okay, like literally what you said, okay, they're home, so like it's fine. But like if they were out, I'd be like, wait, why am I not? But then you think about it, and this is something I think all the time. Oh, they're out, but they're with people I don't know. I really don't want to be out right now. Even if it's not out, even if it's, oh, they went for a walk. I'm like, damn, like that would have been nice.
But they're like with their friend from high school that you don't know, that they're catching up with or something. Like it's circumstantially things that like you didn't need to be there.
Exactly. And something that like I keep saying I'm working on, like when I was in LA, for example, I was there for like 3 days. And I was trying to balance seeing like Taylor King and then like my friend from high school, and it was all in the same day. And here I am trying to be like, okay, I'll get lunch with this person, but I feel bad making her just drive back right after lunch. So I'm like texting Taylor and I'm texting my other friend, like, do you guys care if like you, because we all wanted to go on a walk. And I was like, okay, do you care if like both of you are on the walk together? Like, they're really cool. Like, why do I do this? Like, they were obviously so chill about it. And it actually ended up, my friend just went home right after and then Taylor came. But like, not everyone thinks like that. And I'm not trying to make myself sound like a good person. It's not. It's actually like anxiety, and I'm like working through it, because you think all these things and people are just so much more chill than you actually think, but you feel like you have to. And then I think that's why I get upset, because I'm like, well, why aren't they doing that for me?
I know what you mean.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's like a personal thing, but that's how it prompted all of this episode,
Yes.
should I say.
I think it stems, like, I mean, that's what anxiety really is, right? Like overthinking and like thinking about it too much and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like,
And
literally
just
overthinking. But no, but because I will say, like, I don't think that way. Like, that wouldn't be what goes through my brain, but I almost am like the opposite, where I'm like a little too relaxed with it, where I would be like, oh, like I was there and I like forgot to hit up this person. Whoops. Like, I'm almost not thinking about like their feelings.
Oh,
being
you mean like with the
hurt or
planning?
something.
No,
yeah,
but like
yeah.
so we need to just have a baby.
Yeah, I mean,
and because that is what I need, like, so bad. But then I really do have friends, and like it's all about self-awareness and kind of learning your friends' communication type and everything. Like, I have some friends, for example, some friends aren't texters, they are FaceTimers, you know, and you got to adjust to that. Or they are literally just call me and we'll make a plan. I have some friends, some of my very best friends do not make plans. Like, they really don't. They're more of like, I'm down if you want to go do something, but they're not going to really think ahead. They're kind of like a day by day, like, okay, it's Saturday, what do I want to do today?
Yeah.
Whereas for me, I think you too will kind of be like, I'm not really doing anything this weekend, you know, where some people just wake up and they're like, all right, let's make a decision. But I like to feel validated in knowing what I'm doing that weekend.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It's
I feel
different.
like you're a big like plan ahead, or like you'll be like, you know, oh, I am gonna be here in New York this weekend. Like, let me intentionally, like, you know, get dinner with this person, go to a comedy show with this person, like,
and then
whatever.
it bites you in the butt though, because then you get to the day and you're like, why did I schedule this brunch? I'm so tired, you know, like, so finding the happy medium would be ideal. But I think it's interesting to kind of talk about like the weekend that I had this, it wasn't a breakdown, but just kind of this moment where I was sitting on the couch. You were having like your perfect solo weekend. And I was like, Brooke is just leaning into it. Like, why am I not?
See anyone. Like, I was just until
and you were
Sunday.
so happy about it. Like, you went and had a solo mall day. You weren't complaining on TikTok about it like me. I was like, no, I'm just like, showing contrast. And it inspired me, because I was like, Brooke didn't give a fuck. Like, she's just gonna go have her day. Like, why don't I just go have my day? And if people ask me to do things. So Saturday morning I woke up and I was literally like, I'm just gonna do me. Like, I didn't even have plans with Ryan. I was just kind of seeing, and I don't know if he saw my TikTok or what. I don't know. He planned this whole day, you guys. Like, Roosevelt Island tram to the library to this. So nice. And it was so lovely, and it felt so nice to just not, like, I didn't even make the dinner reservations. Like, he just led me. I closed my eyes and he led me, and it was so nice. But it's so crazy, because I woke up that morning with the mindset, I'm just going to do me and see what happens. And maybe I got lucky that day, but I think I need to start doing more of that. And this is the inspiration for you guys too. I am such a blabbermouth right now.
No, I really like that you're like going on and on about this, because this is what
from
we need
the
to
heart.
hear. No, please keep going.
Keep going.
No, so I think this might just be differences in who we are, and it's hard to like structurally change like fundamentally. Like, I have some tips of like how to change who you are and stuff, and not that it needs changing. Like, it's literally just a mindset shift if you so want it to be. Or you could be one of those people that likes to have plans and likes to be busy and likes to hang out with people. Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I know for so many years of her life, like Gretchen, she was always with someone, you know, that was her big thing. Like, she was like, you know, I always like am with people, and she like talks about it, because I know, because I keep up on about how she's like slowed down, and because she lives, you know, somewhere where maybe not necessarily and you kind of like, she had like a life shift, so she had to change like that. But there's nothing wrong with being a person who enjoys, you know, being not fully booked. I don't want to say it like that, but, you know, being like, okay, I'm seeing all these friends, and like, you know, if that's fulfilling, if that's filling your cup, like, you know what fills your cup. For me, what fills my cup is like literally doing things and not having to, I almost get more stress having to accommodate other people into my plans, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, it's so stressful. Oh my God, no.
Like, if I want to do something, instead of like, you know how, I mean, I think we're both people pleasers in that sense of like, are you having fun? Are you doing, you know?
Yeah.
So if it's
going to be more of an issue.
So there are just things that I've adapted in my life, and I think I've always kind of been like this. But for example, like, you know, I want to watch a show. Like, I see it as like a good thing that I'm like, oh, like I can like I go watch the show by myself. Like that's my solo watching show. You know,
Yeah.
I don't have to wait for like friends to watch it. And there's something to be said for, you know, watching with a friend, watching with a boyfriend, whatever. Or, you know, for me, or spending time alone, like reading my book.
Totally,
or,
yeah.
You know, if I want to go shopping, like generally, I don't know. I always associated shopping with like an alone activity, maybe. Cause
Shopping with friends, I never get anything done because I'm like, I
Yes.
gotta walk around the aisles with them and like, oh, like no,
Yes.
I completely agree.
Yeah. So I find those things that like bring me so much joy, and like
I
that might
love
be different
that.
for everyone else. I'm not claiming to be one of these people that's out here. You know, there's people who like will go to a Broadway show alone. Like I'm not at that level. You know, I really,
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
no, I haven't done that. I don't think I've ever gone to the movies alone. Like there's certain things that like just don't interest me, but I also like don't care to go to the movies that much to do that alone.
Yeah, no, it's not like a shame thing. It's like I just don't.
Like I would
want
rather
to
be
do
at home
that.
with my book.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
like there's just preferences and like what you'd rather do. But like, yeah, I mean, I think, but I think you are very independent. So I don't think it has anything to do with
And I'm
independence.
not an extrovert. Like I really do charge up just like you,
Yeah.
like at home. I also think we have a lot of time during the week. Thankfully,
We are alone
with our
a lot,
job.
yeah.
So by the weekend, but also no, because sometimes I'm like dead by the weekend. It depends on if we have events.
A lot
and
of
stuff.
social interactions, meetings, except, you know, we're so
Yeah.
busy.
So I'm trying to like edit it more in my brain is like really deep down. And this is something you guys can do too. If you're like feeling alone, like what do you really want to do? Because if you really are feeling lonely and you like Brooke said, like you could just call somebody. Like if you're really like craving that, but I kind of had to take a step back and be like, but I don't want to go to a bar right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to small talk with people and talk about the weather. Like I really don't. So you're just going to have to let that go, Danielle. You're just going to have to let that
Yeah.
go. And it's okay to have emotions, but then kind of deal with it and literally journal. Like my therapist will always kind of be like, okay, why do you feel that way? Why, like you must be hurt. Why are you hurt? I'm like, no, I'm not hurt. And she's like, yeah, you have to be though. Like kind of delving into your emotions and kind of thinking more in that way, I think is really, really helpful. And something I'm literally in the last few weeks I'm starting to do because let's say you're delving deep and you're like, all I want is to sit at like a fun restaurant, drink a Cosmo and like talk with a couple of people. Okay, who are those people? You might have to reach out to them. And honestly, I'm getting sick of reaching out to people. So I understand. But if you haven't in a while, because that can go on the other end of the spectrum. I've had friends be like, I'm in this rut where I don't feel comfortable reaching out to people and I never reach out and I want to be that friend. So maybe you're in that mode of like, I actually haven't reached out to people in a while. Let me reach out. What is the harm? They can't go. It's fine. But if there are specific people that you are wanting to see, reach out to them and say, hey, I'm just craving a girls' night, like a dinner, drinks, mocktails, whatever it is, and see how it goes.
Yeah. Or like, do you want to come over? I can come there. Like, I feel like giving
Yes.
options of like what to do. That's really nice.
Giving
That's really
options.
nice, yeah.
And something that, who was I talking to? I was talking to Kelly about this. And we talk about this all the time. We literally have a friend group, like our like YouTube influencer friend group, whatever. Literally our group chat's called the living room floor. Like all we want to do is sit on each other's living room floor. And for some reason in New York City and probably other cities too, we're always like, we have to go to dinner.
It has to be like a whole thing. Yeah.
It has to be a whole thing.
And
but
it doesn't.
It
yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah. That's why you're saying like the cooking from home nights and stuff. That's very cute and very wholesome. Yeah.
It makes you feel a lot less alone in a way because, you know, sometimes when you're with people and you still feel like lonely, I feel like this is really helpful. Like last night, like Delaney and Daly wanted, because they were friends in college too, and they were like, we want to do something. And I was like, what if we, dare I say, get takeout and you guys come here? And it was such a pure night. Like even how you with Gals in the Go meetings now, we don't like go to a coffee shop. We do it here. You can do more things. You know, we were looking up YouTube videos. We were laughing. We could stand up and dance. You could do whatever the heck you want.
We're in our socks. We don't have to be in like,
clean bathroom.
Yes.
Like you don't have to like yell across the table. And there's something to be said for going to dinner. Don't get me wrong. But just kind of, and then I felt so fulfilled. That's why I keep saying I had a fulfilling weekend because I was like, who do I really want to see right now? Daly actually reached out to me and was like, I miss you. And I was like, OMG, me too. And it was perfect.
Yeah.
So you just have to really deep down. But then maybe you want a solo weekend. I'm very inspired by you. Next time I'm feeling that way, I'm just going to say fuck it and like do my own thing. And then if something happens, something happens.
Yeah. I just fully leaned in. I was like, okay, like I knew I had a workout class on Sunday with my friend Alicia.
Right.
And I was like, all right. And then my Friday night and Saturday night were open. So I was like, I'm gonna, you know, what are the things that I want to do? I wanted to like go to the mall. Luckily I have a car, but you know, that could be literally substituted for whatever. I wanted to cook. I wanted to read. Like there were just like things that I had on my, you know, little list.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, like that's what I'm gonna do for myself. I used to do that a lot in Boston when I lived there. And even in college, I guess not so much because I had a house full of roommates. So I feel like I was always doing something with someone.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's also a big shift for me is like going from, I mean, college feels so long ago now for me not to be like that, but it does. Like, I'm like, oh my God, what was I even like back then? But the shift from like college and always being around people to like living alone. And yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't want to like count the hours, but probably like 75% of my time alone.
Mm-hmm.
And the other, like it's with you, my boyfriend, like it's not many people. So I think you have to get used to like being your own best friend. And that's a harsh reality for a lot. I'm not saying this to you. I'm saying like to a lot of people who are becoming adults and coming into their own, like it's a shock for sure. Like when you're like, holy shit, like my friends can't like hang out all the time. Like we have a job and shit, or like, we can't just like,
they're exhausted when they're done with work.
Exactly.
They're like, I am just going to bed. Like it's nothing to do with you. I'm just going to bed. Like I'm tired.
Literally. Or like, or you don't always want to do the same things, or you don't live like super close anymore, whatever it is. So I think it's just kind of like the shock of like, I gotta like, wake up call being like, okay, like I have my back. I have my own back. I'm my own best friend, and doing that in a way. And as you get older too, I notice this, it might not be for everyone, but I think about like my parents, for example.
Yeah.
I don't know if your parents are like this with their friends, because I feel like your mom has a lot of friends and she's like super plugged in. And I think my parents are super social too. They'll go to dinner, once a weekend, or hang out with their friends, like to go to like big parties and stuff.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like the social life isn't crazy, so I noticed these patterns that obviously that's a big jump, like being like, in their 50s or whatever to what we are. But I just noticed that as you get older, and especially the change from like college and high school, college, whatever, the socialization, like it does, the amount of it like decreases.
I know. And I think I'm having this like reality like moment, because I think this is where our age gap does make a difference, because you've had a couple more years to like see it happen, whereas for me it's happening. It's happening. Don't panic,
people.
It's happening. I'm now, I guess, a year and a half or 2 years out of college. I don't even know this. I'm living in New York for my second year, whatever that means. I don't know. Graduated in 2021.
May will be like
May will be 2 years. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Like 4 years. Like it's crazy.
So my first year in New York, I think was just like, it was vacation. It was all fun. Woo. And now then my second year, I'm like, okay, I live here now, friends, all the things. And I think I still am a little attached to the college life where there was just always people around, always something to do. And there is always something to do in New York.
Truly.
Do not get me wrong. We are very blessed, but like having a roommate, or you living in a house of people, or there's always a sorority social on Thursday and game day on Saturday and all these things. And there are still some things that I'm bringing into, like, I still love doing game day on Saturday here in the city, and I'm very thankful for that. But it is definitely this slow roll of like, okay, we're slowing down the socialization, and it's hard to kind of accept, I think.
Yeah, I talked to Alicia about this so we were walking back from Soul Cycle, and I was like, it was actually after I had that solo weekend, I was like, oh, like what's everybody else up to? Asking about like her roommates, my friends, whatever. Because we're always like Snapchatting and whatever, but I don't really, that's the other thing. I don't really have like we have a group chat and everything, but it's not crazy active. Like it's not, I don't know.
Just like how it was in college.
Yeah.
It was crazy in college.
Oh yeah. Every 5 seconds, someone at ECV, someone like literally. So like, are they
constant? Who wants to go to the dining hall? Like everything.
Like a rotation of plans or whatever. And I'm fine with that too. That's completely fine. I'm not like a huge texter really anyways. So like I've accepted that, but we were more so just talking. I was like, is it like weird that I feel, is it okay? Not is it weird? Is it okay that we have like only a few friends like really in the city? Like our friend group is like kind of small and stuff. Like I was just kind of like looking for validation in her. Yeah. And I don't know why I just was having that deep moment when I was like, damn, like, I have plenty of close friends, but like a bunch of them live in other cities. And of course, as the years go by, I'm like realizing like I might not ever live in the same city as them. So I'm starting to like just think about those things. I'm like, holy shit, like, is it okay that I only have like really like a few close friends? And she was like, no, I'm the exact same way. Like I just think that that's normal. Like I'm not mad about it. And I was like, you're right. Because there's a lot of people I would consider my friends, but there's very few that I would consider close friends.
Yeah. Like I measure close friends now as, because I'm like, how can you really tell if you can like sit in a room with them and like either talk or just like be on your phone and like chill, like you feel comfortable?
Yes, that's a good measure.
That's how I'm measuring it. Or like you feel, or like when you're with them, there is no like, oh, I gotta bring up the next topic. Like it's just easy if you're talking the whole time, because you and I, we do sit alone together, but we are talking a lot just because we're just talking about, that's just like who we are. So that's kind of how I measure it. But I think to your point also, like having, you know, a few close friends, obviously one is just more important because it's like quality time over quantity. And also I find I have like a few really good friends here, but they don't all know each other.
Yeah.
So then you like lose that, like, I think you start thinking, oh, for me, I feel like I have to have this friend group because like in college it was this, and then in high school it was this, and now I'm like, I'm so thankful I have Delaney and my friends from high school, and then they know each other, but it's not.
Yeah.
So I think I'm wanting that feeling, and I'm realizing that just might not happen. Even though I do see some people in the city, at least they make it seem like on social media that they go out with the same girls every weekend, and I am jealous. So I think it's kind of finding what's best for you and realizing, okay, so what? I don't have that big group, but like I really enjoy one-on-one or two-on-one time with these people with this, you know?
Yeah, and not everybody has to like be a big friend group either.
No,
like you know, it's
I'm
nice.
definitely realizing that.
It's nice when that all works out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've definitely had those like moments of and that's not, I guess that's kind of talking about loneliness, but it's more so just like, you know, when you start overanalyzing like a part of your life. Like I was thinking about my friendships because I kind of am like, I'm a year into my relationship. I feel really comfortable. Like I'm really happy, whatever. So, and that was always like the greatest stress in my life. Like I never struggled with friends. I never, like I always, no matter where I lived, I was always able to make friends. Like literally, even, you know, but for the longest part of my life, I was like single dating, you know, and that was always my struggle. And now, not that friends are my struggle, but I'm thinking about it more, you know? Like that's more of something that I'm like, damn, like
why are we thinking about it so much?
Yeah. But if it makes you feel better, I guess other people are too.
Yeah, it sounds like it based off like, I had to have the same conversation in college with people. Like I finally just started talking about it, and they're like, yeah, I feel like I don't really have any close friends either. You know, we're in this huge pledge class of people, and you think, oh, those girls are grouping up, and that no one actually is. Everyone's just trying to find their footing. Truly, until like junior, senior year, you like finally, and then you got to graduate and then leave again, or high school, even, you know, then you leave them all, and it's, you know, crazy, really.
But I do think feelings are valid though, and I'm not like immune to it. Like there's definitely times when I'm like, you know, in my apartment, like if it's no plans on a weekend or even on a weeknight, but I'm like, ooh, woof, like it's just me, you know, like, and you know, I feel like that's growing up, like in a strange way. Like what did you know, like I think about like what did my parents do? Like they probably felt that way too at some point, right? When they're not living at home anymore and
no, you're so right. And like what you were saying about like, you know, I don't know if you mean like you were watching stories and you were like, oh, those like all these people are out and I'm alone, I'm here. But again, kind of like, do I want to be here though? Like, kind of, yeah.
Oh, I was like, even if they invited me out, I probably wouldn't have gone. So
no, I know. It's this
point.
Thing,
yeah.
Like I said, all of a sudden people started reaching out to me last week, and I was like, oh damn, like I kind of have to say yes because like,
you like
I put it out into the universe there, and then it's definitely a test. It's like, well, do you actually want to do that with people? So just kind of, this is about feeling lonely and just like the friends of it all, because I think that definitely ties into it, and just really, again, just leaning into what actually makes you happy. Kind of do that test with people in your life. Like, who do you feel like you can be in a room and you don't have to like sit up really straight and try hard and ask and have the next question? Because there's definitely people in my life I'm like, okay, let me think about what I should ask them.
Conversation topics.
We do it all the time, you know, and I'm sure other people do too. But like, who are the people that you're just not stressed? Like, you're just excited to see them and it's going to be easy. I think that's a really good measure, if you will. And then if not, spend some time alone, or call your parents, call your brother, sister, cousin.
Oh, that's what I've been I've been like, my brother's been in the rotation too. Like there's definitely that's another thing too, like with growing up, that I'm like, wow, family's so important. Like, let me like reach out to my parents, my brother, whatever, you know, or you know, aunts, uncles, whatever. Like there's definitely people in my life that I'm like, wow, I really want to like connect with that person more.
Totally.
And not just friends per se.
Yeah. And kind of like delving a little bit more into like the loneliness of it, not loneliness, but like being alone. I think I'm trying to rephrase that in my mind more. No, I'm not lonely, I'm alone.
But there are, I would say that there's definitely feelings though, because I've definitely felt like,
oh no, you can feel lonely.
Yes. Yeah, no,
but
I know.
Reframing it.
Yeah. For example, when I had my solo weekend, I didn't feel one pang of loneliness. Like truly, I don't know why. Like I think I just,
you were happy alone.
I was like, wow, I've been, you know, wanting to do this. Like it was like something that I was like kind of looking forward to. Like, you know, I set in forth like a day for myself that I was excited about. So maybe instead of, that is the reframing of it, you know, instead of being like, oh, I'm so like lonely, no one's reaching out, like whatever. It's like, go do the things that you've been wanting to do. Or and
it'll come along. Same with like dating, like just do your thing. I always say this, like do your thing and then it comes. Like same with friendships. I'm like, I've been preaching this forever about like dating, and I'm not doing it about friendships. Like it's so crazy. But also like when you are alone, something that I've been really, I keep saying leaning into, Well, of course, my apartment looks a little messy right now because we've been like
No, I was gonna say it
stuff.
looks very clean.
I've been like doing little projects that I've been putting off, you
Uh-huh.
know, like
Putting together something or
putting together
yes.
something. I have such a bad habit of going back to folding laundry, but then being so tired and just like putting it on my closet floor instead of putting it away, like putting all my shit away. I feel like everything has a place in my apartment right now. Or like I just bought like a metal tongue scraper. I'm like, let me just lean into my dental health. Like just kind of doing, especially just January in general. I feel like I tried new
self-help,
things.
like betterment projects.
Yes, exactly. And it just feels so good. And it really takes the time away. I mean, I'm listening to a podcast. I'm like, oh, I just reorganized 3 drawers. Like, wow, I already finished like it's a really good feeling. So kind of instead of like swallowing in your sorrows, which there's a time and place to do so and listen to sad music and cry. But like, what have you been, literally like you said, like what have you been wanting to do? Go do it. You don't have to do it with someone.
I know. And I will say those are things that, not that I'm like changing myself in a relationship. And I think a lot of this, like the feeling of combating loneliness, I think I definitely felt a lot more. I'm going to say it straight up. Like when I was single, I definitely felt lonely a lot more, you know, like, so I'm definitely, that's like, you know, privilege that I have right now of being in a relationship. But also he's really busy. He's in school. So honestly, not all the time. Yeah.
That's the thing. I know. I feel bad. Like, I guess I'm not even talking about, obviously we're both blessed to be in such great relationships, but both of our boyfriends are like very busy with what they do. And so, and I like that. I like having the independence, but it's like I actually can't really use him as a crutch all the time. Like on the weekends, sure, yeah. But even sometimes then he's like, I have to work. And I'm like, okay, like, gotta go make some friends. Gotta go do my own thing, whatever, like, I'm feeling that day. So that's a good point. But also, like, they don't have the same schedule as you and I do.
No, definitely not.
We're very blessed and, like, definitely can still call them if we need a little love. And we're very grateful for that.
I feel like I used to, like, move things. I'm trying not to. I always said that I would never do this. But then, like, I got into, like, such a great relationship that all I wanted to do was, like, spend all my time with him. So I would, like, you know, move things around or be like, oh, like, I don't have to do this project or whatever because like I'd rather go hang out with him or whatever, you know. Not that I was missing things that needed to be done. It was more like the optional things.
Oh yeah, I could go off about this. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, just like opting to, I don't know, whatever it may be. I'm literally as simple as like reorganizing something or, you know, doing something extra for work.
I've started not doing this, but then I kind of need to balance it out because now I'm like not seeing my boyfriend as much because I'm doing this. So I don't know. There's never a good medium.
Yeah.
Of like, I would always like reserve my weekends for my boyfriend because we really don't see each other on the weekdays a lot. And so I'm like, okay. And I definitely still like, he's put my priority on the weekend, to be honest, because we don't see each other that much during the week. But it was getting to this point where like he's also trying to make friends in the city. And like especially on Saturdays, like especially with football on and stuff. I love football, but to a point I just don't. Like I love watching football, but like after a while I'm just like I'm done. Like no. And like it's important for him to make friends, all the things, but I would like literally like someone would ask me to do something on Saturday or like maybe I'd think about making plans with someone and I'm like, oh no, but like maybe we'll just do something on Saturday, you know, or maybe on Sunday Ryan and I are going to go do this. And then he's like, I'm sorry, I have plans with this person or I really have to work is usually what happens. And then I'm like, well, F me, I reserved all this time. And it could be for a partner, it could be for a friend, and then you get let down. So the point of this all is to be a little bit selfish and do what's best for you and see how it all flows around you. That sounds easier said than done, but
I'm so into like
I'm very motivated about it.
Like if you want to go out, I mean, not saying to go out alone, but like find a, you know, I'm sure that there's someone that you know in your network of people that's going out and like doing like, and sometimes, you know, I saw this weekend you were like, I'm charged up, like I'm ready to go out, you know, you're feeling yourself, you want to do that, like there's
I leaned into it. Yeah, please, I was like, I want to go take some shots and dance, flail my body around. So I did it, and people ended up coming. So people joined me.
Really? You weren't
Thank
alone.
God, yeah. People came on the dance floor after a while.
Oh, really? Was it empty for a while?
Oh, yeah, no, I was just kind of,
Oh.
I mean, yeah, I ate dinner there. So, like, I went to La Caverna. I don't know if you guys know. Everyone I tell that I had dinner there, they're like, they have dinner. Because it, like, literally gets so packed. I met so many Gals on the Go listeners, so shouts out. But, like, yeah, you can't even move. So
Really?
Yeah.
I've never been there.
When I was there, I was literally there at 8 p.m. You know, I was the, like,
what
the first
was
one
the
on the
dinner?
dance floor. They have Mexican, so I got tacos and they were phenomenal. The chips and salsa and guac was actually really good. So highly suggest if you like hate waiting in lines, get dinner there and just stay. They don't kick you out.
Oh, that's smart. Those I've heard about like doing like Acme or whatever. Like if you do dinner at
do
Acme,
they
like,
have
they let
food?
you
See,
down.
so
Or
many
no,
places
I don't
have
think
food.
like you eat like maybe upstairs and then like you go downstairs. Or, like it's in the basement, you go up. Like one of those type of things. You know, it's like you get first access. Yeah,
That's funny. Yeah, no, little fun tip, but
that's cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh my gosh. This has been such a good episode.
I know. I hope that we gave like some tangible tips, because I feel like it was a lot of just like us venting to each other and stuff.
Which I think though is a better, that's how I like hearing advice, because like I feel like we give little bits of piece of advice, but it's nice to feel validated, because you and I have similar yet different opinions and things. So I think it's nice for people to be able to relate in some sort of way and give our tips along the way. I think we did a good job, is what I'm trying to say.
I think so too. And
Hopefully
I think that
you guys enjoyed.
Everybody should take a day to themselves now. Like maybe we could challenge ourselves. We could call it like the Brooke and Danielle.
Yeah, like the solo sisters. We'll think about it.
The gals. I'm trying to think of like.
You mean like a solo day challenge?
Yeah, like.
The gals are not on the go. Well, you could be on the go alone, though.
You could be. It's just like a take a day, you know.
Hashtag gals on the solo. Gals on the go, gals on the solo.
We'll think of it.
We'll think on it. If you guys have any ideas, let us know on the Instagram. But we love you guys, and we wish we could be friends with every single one of you.
I know.
We consider you guys friends, really.
I know. I feel like I have that's my parasocial relationship. When I'm like alone on a Saturday, I'm like, let me just read my comments. Like,
no, literally, let me DM some girls.
Yeah,
and it's really, really sweet. And again, if you live near Tampa or Orlando, get tickets, come meet us, come hang out with us. We really cannot wait, and we're so excited for Atlanta. It's just gonna be so fun. We're so blessed that we get this opportunity. It's like crazy. I can't believe we're doing that.
Cannot wait. So the links will be down below, as Danielle said. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to give this video a thumbs up.
Thank you for watching subscribe. On here, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. And if you're listening, rate us 5 stars. My mom called me yesterday and she was like, I forgot to rate the podcast. The reminder. You guys reminded me, and I gave it 5 stars.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so glad. So yeah, definitely rate us 5 stars. Leave a review. And we really appreciate you guys.
Love you all. And we will see you next week.
Bye.